welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I bleach and dye this hair that I got from AliExpress. So I have a 3-part closure, 16, 18, 20 straight, and the closure is 14-inch. So I'm just going to cut off the little thing that comes around it, and then I'm going to come right back. So I took the thing off, but I kept the rubber band on only because I want to keep my roots black, and that's going to help me. So don't talk about my bowl, okay? I'm going to throw it away when I'm done. So I have the BW2 powder for the bleach, and I'm just going to empty all of those contents in there, and it's really strong, guys. Like, I wish I would have worn a mask when I was doing it because I was inhaling all of that. But FYI, it's very strong. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do this. And so now I'm gonna take my developer. This is the developer I used, and I'm gonna use the 40 volume for my bleach. Just so it can process a little faster. So I'm going to gradually pour. I'm not going to pour a lot because you're pouring to get the certain kind of consistency you want to see. It's up to you. Some people like theirs really creamy and liquidy so it can go all the way through. I prefer mine's not that creamy, but a little bit more on the thick side, but not that thick, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna take my spoon and just mix it all together. And this is how it looked after I finished. My consistency. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. So yeah. So here I was just taking my comb and just spreading out the hair. And so I'm going to start with the bleach, and I'm going to start on the ends. I don't think it actually matters, but I've seen a lot of videos where they started on the end and worked their way up. So that's what I did. Started on the ends. I went from side to side horizontally, and then I worked my way up. So once you get to the top, you want to turn your brush vertically, and like I'm doing there, and you want to do this just so I want my roots black, so I want it to go from the black to the burgundy color. So I don't want there to be a harsh line if I was to keep my brush horizontally, so I turn it that way so it can just look like a gradient effect basically. So yeah, that's what you do when you get to the top. It's really important. So I'm going to flip over, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on the first side, starting from the bottom, working my way up, and turning my brush vertically to get that gradient effect. So here I just spreaded out the hair after I finished with the back side, and I'm going to take the bleach and I'm just going to like paint through it just so the bleach can get in between all the creases, make sure I get every strand of hair. I don't want any black pieces left, so I'm just going to keep combing it out and spreading it out so it can get all up and through the middle. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to take some aluminum foil, and I'm going to wrap the bundle in the foil. No certain kind of way, but you do want to make sure that it's a little breathing space, like at the top or the bottom. Make sure that it has room for air, because your hair will start to smoke. So it's going to get hot in the foil already because the bleach is processing. So to have that space where air can come through, it will not start to smoke. So now I'm just going to repeat the same steps, the same process with the rest of my bundles. It's pretty much self-explanatory now. It's the same exact thing. The only difference with this was I spreaded out the hair more and I separated into parts just to get the bleach through the hair more easily. And so you just repeat the same steps over again. Okay, so now I'm just going to unwrap my bundle out of the foil. Mind you, the foil is very hot, so don't be alarmed. This is how it looked. I let it sit for about 10 minutes, that's all. I wasn't worried about getting the color too light. So I'm just going to rinse, and when you rinse it, you want to make sure that you do this process thoroughly. You want to make sure that all the bleach is out of the hair, as much bleach as you can get out of the hair, and then use your shampoo. So I use the Iso Plus shampoo. This is the neutralizing shampoo. So basically, if there's any residue left inside of the hair, it will stop it from working. So if there's any bleach left, it wouldn't have an effect basically in the long run. So now I'm going to take my conditioner. This is the conditioner I use. It's just some regular conditioner, and I'm just going to apply it to the hair, moisturize it through, and I did let that sit for about 5 minutes and then rinse it right back out. So now I'm just going to go through the same process with the rest of the bundles. I'm going to shampoo and condition them, then rinse, let them sit with the conditioner for about 5 minutes, then rinse them out. So now I'm going to bleach my closure. So I do have a 3-part closure, so I'm just going to use those parts to help me. So I'm just going to split it with those parts, split the hair, divide them into those pieces, and that's how I'm going to go in and bleach the hair so it can get all through there. I'm not going to go all the way to the roots because I do want my roots black. So I'm just going to start from the ends the same, work my way up, and stop where I want to stop after I turn my brush vertically to get my gradient effect I'm looking for. Okay, so after I turned it over, I did go ahead and start to bleach my knots while finishing the bottom of the bundle. So I bleached my knots. I did have to remake another batch of bleach, by the way. And yeah, so I went ahead and completed that. So now I'm going to start the coloring process. I'm going to use the magenta color from Adore. I'm going to use the crimson color from Kiss Colors. And then I'm also going to mix it with a little bit of the High Colors Intense Red from L'Oreal. So I am going to use a little bit of developer. I'm going to use 30 developer this time. And I do have me a mixing bowl now. So I'm just going to start with my magenta color. And I am going to squeeze just... Okay, let me clean that up. Okay, I'm back. So I'm just going to pour all of my magenta color because that is the color I want the most effect from. Because it's the darker color and I don't want it too light. So I'm just going to make sure I get all of that in there. And I have all of it. So then I'm just going to pour some of my crimson. I'm not going to pour the whole bottle. I think that I maybe only poured about half of the bottle in there, and then I mixed it up. So now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of developer, not a lot at all, just a little bit. It lightens it just a teeny bit, and it also you can use it to stretch your dye if you need to. So that's how it looks after I got it all mixed in with the developer. And so now I'm just going to go in with just a little bit of my intense red. So this is the color. I poured like 1/3 of that bottle in there. And I'm also going to pour about 1/3 of the cream in there. And I'm going to mix it up. So this is how my bundle looked after it dried from the bleach. So now I'm just going to start coloring, and I'm going to do the exact same process like I did with the bleach, guys. So I'm going to start from the bottom, go side to side, and I'm going to work my way up. So here you do not want to forget to turn that brush vertically so you can get your gradient effect. Get all of the blonde pieces up there that you bleached to make sure it gets the red color. So here's pretty self-explanatory what I'm doing. I'm just opening up the hair, finding pieces that I see that are still brown, and just making sure that all of the hair gets colored. So now I'm just going to fold the bundle over, pick it up, comb through it with my comb, and I'm going to go through it with my hands also, just to make sure that the dye is distributed evenly throughout the bundle. So after I do that, I'm just going to take my bundle, put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to let it sit overnight, then rinse it out, and I'm going to repeat this step with all of the rest of the bundles.